When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. The Gators will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gamecocks offense will have first crack at this one. Looking to throw on first down. The quick out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. So Florida's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football.
Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards of pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
They'll give it to him again. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Might be looking to run. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Hurst coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. They finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
To the ground. He's got it again. Nice move to pick up yardage. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's exactly why this linebacker has to stay on the field every single down, because he's so good in space. He's good against jet sweeps. He's good against bubble screens. And he can race outside and get...
He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Going the other way, and he's got room. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets him up, makes the big play out to the left.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route, coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Gamecocks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Release to the back. He's got his man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Fights off the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got him still on his feet, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The hand to the running back. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They're going to test the right side with this one. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Right on the money. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat. And they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking left. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense. And now it's 4th down. The Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Finds his tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Gators are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Got his man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw to get the first down.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense. They had a really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The Gators are on the move. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Picked off to stop the threat. Inside the 40. 30, past the 20, and he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, South Carolina. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on first down. Complete. At the 45 on its way. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. He makes the grab. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Gators! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kick. And he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the catch. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. On first down, here comes this offense. The play action fake. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They've got the screen set up. Find it just plowing ahead. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Time to take a shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in it.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
This defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Wideout trying to get it in. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Florida, 35. South Carolina, 7.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lane. Stop him at the 16. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give to the tailback. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The give to the back. And he takes this one back to the line of scrimmage, a rather anticlimactic end to the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the corner of George Rogers Boulevard and Bluff Road, Williams-Brice Stadium.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Got it in stride inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. After almost housing it from deep, they'll try to finish the deal from the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the ground with the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Gators!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he makes the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Bringing it out. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll leave it with him. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Carter.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Quickly out to the tight end.
That's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. The defense will have to do a better job next time.
And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. They'll try the run. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got the 1st down and more. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. 1st down for this offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Buys a little time. And down he goes. Tried to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it again. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. 1st down here for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. Looking down the middle. Found a seam. And they're able to get him on the ground.
That's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into. You want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Gators had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Intercepted deep in his own end. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
And what a job in coverage by the defense. First, the defender able to get his hand on the ball and tip that up into the air. It lands right into his buddy's hands. He has the convoy, and it is off to the races.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Florida, 49. South Carolina, 7.
And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
He's got great speed. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So first down will open up the final period. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give out of the gun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
The Gators are rolling down the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Gators are facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
The defense stiffened on the last play. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. It's caught downfield. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's Grimes. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm.
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Missed the connection on 2nd. Now looking at a 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They'll run the screen. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate.